Welcome to PIL, the Planetide Infantry League. This is 6v6. Two teams containing 6 players face off each other on a pre-selected base for 2 rounds of 15 minutes. The goal is simple: try to outscore your opponent. There are many ways to score points. Each kill of your opponent grants 1 point, with a few exceptions. A kill with a rocket launcher is worth 0 points. A kill as a max unit is also worth 0 points. But killing an enemy max unit will grant you 6 points no matter the weapon. The first capture or defense grants your team a total of 9 points. After this, a capture in the same round will grant your team a total of 18 points. As you gain points, there are some actions of which you will lose points. A team kill or a suicide makes you lose 2 points. A team kill on a max or suicide as 1 makes you lose 8 points. Each team starts from a designated spawn position from a vehicle called the Sunder. When the first round ends, both teams will switch sides. The team with the highest score at the end of 2 rounds wins the match. May the best team win.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Planetmen. Welcome back for PIL Season 2. We have the game 7 here, and it's going to be a Group D battle, Red Alliance versus I. And yeah, it's going to be, I would expect not an interesting match, because yeah, Red Alliance very strong, supposed to be the #1 seed in their group, whereas you do have some known names, but yes, in terms of skill wise, I don't really expect that game to be a close one, but should be an interesting one anyway. So this is the second game of the day, 15 UTC, Red Alliance versus I. Then we will have a lot of game right after it, following each other pretty much. From 18 UTC we have 1 game per hour. Given that maybe Be Hot versus DDRG might be forfeit, or reschedule. I'm not quite sure yet. We don't have the final word from the staff. So yeah, we might have a break between 18 UTC. Then we have 2 match PLNG, LFO and DAF, 1 RPC. So yeah, we have plenty of match still remaining into the day. And let's have a look at the map that we are going to play tonight, which for this match, which is Chak Fusion Lab. So very strong map for strong heavies, but I would say what matters also greatly in that kind of map is the LA battle, and which can be worrisome when we will be looking at the roster, because we don't have an LA main in I, so that can be really worrisome, because Phantom is quite a good LA. So having an LA so free, you either have once 5 heavy assault, because the LA decide to swap off the LA and go on the heavy assault, or you have an LA roaming around being uncontested, so you can't quite be sure about not having an LA dropping on your back and getting a double kill or triple kill, and basically setting up some crossfires. So yeah, it's a bit worrisome for I, but we will see how things are going to go. Flares S-Rag, incredible lineup in terms of heavy assault. Randon as well, Be-Water, my friend, as well, where he's not on the same level as Flares S-Rag and Randon. Cruelty, amazing bolter. he was playing heavy assault during the PIL Invitational. It is because they had a main bolter in WoA at that time, which was Carlito then Street Scum. So yeah. As for yeah, that might be a very very tough game. Navimus, known name. Maybe not for the good reason. He's not known for being a very dominant heavy assault. More known like to be a yeah, an heavy assault in the battle, average heavy assault in low tier teams. So yeah, we will see how things are going to go for but yeah, I'm not really expecting that much against Red Alliance. I had the chance to scrim quite some time, quite a number of time against Red Alliance, and especially on Chak Fusion Lab. There is a side where they are deadly, and we will see how things are going to go here. But yeah, I do expect a very strong game from Red Alliance. They are not like taking a team like it's going to be an easy win. They are bringing the full roster, and yeah, this might not be that close of a game, just like we had in Ziz versus Mensis, which was really close in the first few 10 minutes. We will see how things are going to go. Other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to jump. I will be solo casting. Unfortunately, I think it was a tad bit too early for Commander Series to come around, and yeah, it was a tad bit too late for Commander Series to come around and cast with me. I think he's still sleeping right now, so yeah, I don't know. But that's okay. Solo casting I've been doing this for quite a while now.
Match starts in 2 minutes. The match starts in 2 minutes.
And there we have it.
Insufficient permissions.
So yeah, I'm looking. Maybe I'm gonna get a second caster. We will see. We will see. I may have a second caster.
User joined your channel.
Hey Monkey, how you doing, mate? Let me just modify the.
There we go. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Let me pull up my observer cam so I can get a good co-cast going.
Yeah, just I was saying like it's going to be a rough match, I believe,
Yeah.
for Red Alliance.
I mean, Chak is a nice map in the sense that there's less likely to be a spawn lock. It's harder to set up, like Ganon and Rashnu. Sometimes it can be very hard to break, but I think of all the maps, I has the best chance of playing on Chak.
Yeah, I feel like on the side that they are starting on, which they start on the western side, I don't think they can get spawn lock. But yeah, at some point I feel like on the second round, Red Alliance can get a very strong spawn lock by locking on door 1 and door 3. So we will see how things are going to go for the second round. But yeah, first round we should have like a proper round, let's say, as we are still waiting for the referee to put the day on Austin. It's quite dark. And there we go. We do have day. So yeah, how you set up?
I am all set up. Yeah, I'm here
Yeah,
on Observer
great.
Cam. Interesting choice for RA playing NC. I've noticed this a couple of their coin flips. They've gone NC, and it's just curious because I know a lot of the teams are favoring VS TR as the two preferred factions. Especially with the Anchor, somewhat worse than the Orion and the MSW, but Godsaw rather is still a viable choice. So we'll see what players are using here.
Yeah, plus you have the GG7F
Super
on
strong
the
for
LA.
LA. And Punisher, now that Punisher's unbanned, it actually gives all the factions kind of a safe like close quarters weapon that's pretty strong and I mean balanced in the sense that all the factions can use it. So we'll see if anybody tries to use an SMG here.
Yeah, I think it has been the case for some match where the Punisher was used. So yeah.
I know it's a favorite on Paris. Chak has some longer lanes though, so I think we're going to see more Anchor and Goss Saw, but we'll see.
True. I do expect this as well. Punishers work so well in close quarters combat, and but yeah, not very medium to long range.
Match starts in 1 minute. The match starts in 1 minute.
There it is. Erot's our head ref for today's game. Do you need the script, or do you have it?
I'm not running it, but I can run it.
No, that's okay. I'm just gonna give you the URL. Yeah, less than a minute. Should be not really a close match, but an interesting match. I'm in the Group D myself with LSV, so I'm gonna watch very closely the strategy either of Red Alliance and as well of I. I is kind of unknown team, to be honest. There is some known names, but less popular. And
I think they're new playing together. I'm not sure if they've played in 6v6 with this lineup.
4, 3, 2, 1. Match start.
And there we go. Match start for Red Alliance versus I onto Chak Fusion Lab. And as for I, we do have an LA. Navimus going for the LA. We even have double LA with Black Angel here. So
interesting choice off the opener. Big Dubs push, but the LAs aren't flanking yet. I think they're waiting for the NCLA. Unfortunately, that Dubs push got wiped. Yeah. That's unlucky.
Kurauti coming in from the ledge on the very side, and Phantom got clear by Black Angel, so it is okay. We do have a double LA setup, which is quite unusual, I would say, for this kind of map. We usually see only one LA.
I'd agree. Powerhouse maps are very, very reliant on having a good heavy presence to hold the fat and the skinny stairs, especially on the opener. So having double LA is nice for a flank, but at the opener, sometimes you just got to really get in there and have as much heavies as you can on the stairs.
Yeah, maybe we will have like one LA swapping off mid-round.
Huge
just
flank from Flares. Picks off almost to Vanu.
Yeah, so as Vanu regrouping Random, playing around the catwalk under pressure from Black Angel, Navimus big drop onto Phantom. Phantom goes down, Navimus goes down to be water, my friend. So yeah, it's a bit of some trade here, but the NC are playing around door 3 plus the catwalk. Black Angel in trouble, goes down unfortunately, as we do have...
The catwalk heavy spot is very, very nice. You get a lot of spots on all the VS heavies pushing from the north side. Excellent positioning.
And Rag with a triple kill.
Control.
Yeah. Rag with a beautiful triple kill. 16-5 already. More than 10-point gap. Sometimes it's quite long to build a 10-point game between two teams. Has been relatively quick here. But yeah, we'll see how things are going to go. We still have run-on around the catwalk. And if you don't deal with run-on, it's just going to be a pain to try and repush in the map, because you're going to get spotted.
So Angel here is on the roof doing the right move, and he should be playing this because he's got an excellent angle on Raudnon. Unfortunately, he seems to be backing off, but he should really aggro that because Raudnon just spotting the entire VS team right now.
And already putting pressure, plus spotting option on Black Angel. Navimus tries to push
gets away from
onto Raudnon. Unfortunately, goes down Raudnon with even the Black End, so he's well equipped to that very long range kind of role. Rag, very sneaky flank here onto Nerds and Retro Gamer. Both goes down.
This is a tough spot for VS. The NC is just pushed so far out of the base that you saw them holding out door 3, catwalk, dubs. It's tricky to even get into the base when you're spotted all the time.
Beautiful shot here from Kurauti. Takes down one heavy Flazist. Very sneaky outside of the skinny stairs. Black Angel.
Retro facing Rowdon, so that's probably one of their strongest 1v1s. And Retro
Rowdon
wins
goes
that.
down.
Nice.
Yeah. Very important. You do have Be Water, my friend, who goes down, try to contest. Big help from Navimus. Navimus goes down to the LA. The reinforcement coming in for the NC. As we did have an amazing rotation from the VS around door 3. Unfortunately, Retro Gamer goes down. And I think the rotation from VS has been clean.
VS still pushing with the double LA strat. Unfortunately, one goes down to Phantom. Both go down. That's unlucky.
Yeah. Very unlucky as Randon and Be Water, my friend, are pushing in onto Catwalk. Both goes down. Retro Gamer, very interesting double kill here. Very important as well. Phantom try to put some pressure, but he will be forced to fall back in order to stay safe. And now we do have
out from NC getting spots off on all the skinny stairs. Interesting that the Bolt chose to run towards door 3 now. I'm going to follow VS Bolt a bit. He's playing that door 3 flank. He's already in. This is aggressive hold. Or push, rather.
Has been spotted, unfortunately, by Flaredest. Coming from door 1 as well. There was some pressure. But yeah.
Can't miss those shots. Oh, big flank. And NC doing what they've been doing this entire game is, I think the VS have a problem with tunnel vision where they'll see an NC player and then the I guys will just kind of keep shooting and not pay attention to their flank and then they get killed by an NC coming from behind.
Navimus still on the LA against Phantom. We got rid of the second LA for the NC, so we do have a lot more firepower. And Kura to being unchallenged here on those ledges, so surprising. Unfortunately, it's just like Navimus not having the opportunity to put pressure onto Kurauti. Goes down even to Kurauti.
Good bolt.
Yeah.
Every time I look at the map, I just see 5 Vanu players stacked up on catwalk, unable to make it into the building, and then the NC just They're playing super smart. They're not over aggroing. When they know there's a lot of Vanu players, the RA guys will take a couple shots and back off, take a couple shots, back off, make sure that they're never in a position where they're going to go down.
Yeah, one position that is really tricky to even try and conceive is the flank from the skinny stairs. You don't really expect a player coming in from the skinny stairs to go up the stairs and flank you from behind as you are trying to push from onto those double doors. So yeah, it has been working so well for Red Alliance here, and yeah, it is just like Red Alliance being so much better and not allowing
score gap
I
right now
to
is
push.
incredible. We're almost at 50-point score gap.
Yes, that's quite a lot. I think we are on a territory on will I be able to score more than 100 points in the entire match? Because
it's honestly not looking likely, but we'll see how it plays out. In Aya's position, so that now they're playing a bit smarter. They're stacking up. They're making sure they're not feeding alone, because one of the things that new players, especially when they're in 6v6 format, kind of forget is that it's so important to play with a buddy, because otherwise you're going to get 2v1 peaked and you're going to lose. And then if you don't trade off, then that's just points lost. It's super important to stick to somebody. So that's hopefully what they're able to start doing now. Unfortunately, that's not what Riker did at all. He just pushed into 3 and
he was at least he was clearing up with Retro Gamer. The Catwalk Retro Gamer goes down, but instead of backing up and wait for reinforcement to come in, decided to go all alone. Maybe because he was thinking that Navimus was coming around, but yeah, he just got picked up all alone, unfortunately.
Let's see, Reiko Retro again on the catwalk flank. Let's see how this plays out. Phantom coming up behind, sneaky.
Oh
Kills
my
both of them.
God.
Interesting choice too. I want to point this out. So a lot of the meta has shifted for LAs anyways to be using Icarus jump jets with this season of PIL because you can get to the roof a lot faster. But there are some LAs that still prefer skirmisher jets, and one of the things that they do provide is a level of silence that makes it very easy to sneak up on enemies, which has worked really well for the RALA here.
Yeah, there's also a strange meta with the drift jump jet, which is so strange to
opening.
play against. Navimus playing the Icarus jump jet, as you point out. So you're
Yeah.
very quick on the map, but you only have vertical momentum, not really horizontal ones, which is kind of the trajectory that you can take as a ELA is really predictable. You can be killed very easily.
I will note, though, that the Icarus jump jets work really well with VS because they have access to the Horizon carbine. And for people who haven't played a lot of PlanetSide recently, the Horizon is really strong for LAs because it keeps a super small cone of fire even when you're flying. The first bullets are always like perfectly accurate. So with Icarus jump jets, you can fly super high above the enemy and still be super accurate at the same time. So it makes really good sense for VSLAs to run that. Big flank from the NCLA kills Black Angel.
Oh my God, Kurauti with the double kill here onto the catwalk.
Nasty. He's not even being... Okay, now he's being
is.
pressured. Good bolt from the VS.
Oh. Yeah, nerd.
But unfortunately goes down. Karate once again. Score-wise, we're seeing more than a 60-point gap with still 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left to go. This is a pretty oppressive lock by the NC. Bit of a dubs push.
We are back on the second double LA. Rag allowing himself some fantasy and playing the LA. Which is, interesting, but when you are leading by that margin, I think you just have to...
You could probably all go stock or infill and still win this half.
Yeah, probably.
Say the dubs push works here. VS stacking up outside. Karate already picks one.
Yeah, I think like the ideas here, the execution is not here because like they need to pressure a bit more, at least on the first crate, on the crate between the double doors, just to deny the fact that Karate can flank from that, can pop out from that door being unchallenged and have a field day in order to kill everyone here. Karate, beautiful angle that he has. Misses the head on the recook.
So I don't know for you, but for me this looks a lot like I is playing Chak in the way that if they've watched other teams play and they're trying to replicate it, but they don't know all the nuances, they don't know all the details of how to do it properly because they're getting the dubs push. Yes, they're setting it up properly, okay, but they're not setting up the crossfires. They're not watching out for the NC peaks, and RA is being super aggressive here, and there's a lot of opportunity for the I heavies to punish them. But they're just not because they're not watching the angles. So the NC are just running out, getting a kill, then running back in and not getting shot at.
Yeah, I think like I would agree with your point. Like they have the big picture, they don't have the detail, and they don't know how those details can impact what you are currently doing. So yeah, they want to
100%
to
we're seeing
push
communication fall
on
apart
the
too here.
Yeah.
Black Angel there had no idea where the NCLA was, even though the LA had just killed 2 VS players.
Oh, Navimus, big greedy drop here onto Catwalk, goes down to Phantom. Phantom does help Random escape alive. Oh, yeah, this is quite difficult here for I. Which I think was to be expected, to be honest. But I was not expecting that kind of performance from I.
Oh, Black Angel caught way out of position, spotted, and then pushed from 2 angles. Water winning a 1v2. Fantastic gunplay there. We're seeing a big catwalk push.
God.
Unfortunately, if you're not dealing with the LAs,
that's a
that
trade.
doesn't mean much.
That's a 2-for-2. Unfortunately, that was a 3v2 situation for the VS. They finally get rid of Rag, so in the end, that's a 3-for-2 trade.
Okay, so this is an issue though because they just got 2 picks, and yes, they might be down a little bit, but now they've waited so long that all the NC are back from respawn, and then they're stuck on catwalk again.
Yeah, this is a very big push on Catwalk here. The reinforcements are coming in. Random goes down. Very good news here for VS. They will be able to try and get inside the building, but they lose so many people.
Karate body shot and kills whoever's on door 3.
Look at that crossfire. Karate on door 3, Phantom on the roof, providing some crossfire. You even have Rag on the reinforcement. LA's reinforcement are coming in so quickly.
They're stuck on
in this
catwalk.
map.
They cannot get off that thing.
They can't do anything. I think like they
Until
just
they
can't do
clear off
anything.
the LAs, yeah. Oh, there's the flank. There's the push, and they're wiped. Chilling on catwalk for far too long.
Yeah, it should be. Recurg, last one alive. Does
He might
does
finish
quite
this
a
half
lot
with
of
100
damage,
point
to be
count.
honest. Does get 2, Recurg. Random is alive though.
All right, let's see how this
But,
plays out. So Navimus has roof control right now. This is big. If he can hold off the NCLAs just for a few minutes, so that the NC can push in, they have a chance.
Oh, Navimus,
one.
beautiful. Pops the mech kit, stay alive. Rag
Unfortunately,
down to
Rag picks
the.
him off. But this
yeah.
did give some breathing room for VS. Let's see if they do a push here. They're outside dubs.
Yeah, they are waiting a bit too long for my liking, to be honest. The rotation
yeah,
from
Phantom's already
VS
back on
could.
respawn. There was no point there for Navimus to get that kill because Phantom's now back.
And Flay is already dead. Recurg as well. Black Angel is the last one alive.
So that was another situation where it was exactly what I was talking about. So Black Angel was available to help Riker, but wasn't actually looking. So Riker got killed, and then Black Angel got killed after that. Like they're sort of playing together, but they're not communicating properly, and they're not calling out when they're being pushed. So they have no way of knowing, hey, can you come peek with me, or watch out.
As we are approaching the last 30 seconds of that round. With less, I would say, with less than 100 points. I was not really expecting this, but yeah, we have a 100. Should be around 140 to 50 for I. Let's see, 5 seconds remaining. Can they get a single kill? Nope. Will be end of the first
Last
round.
kill not tracked. Yeah. That was brutal. I'm not gonna lie. That was brutal for I, and a big slap in the face to face off against one of the stronger. I would say one of the stronger teams in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's. I mean, it's a rough start, but yeah, that just kind of shows the skill gap between some Jaeger vets. I know the Russian team, the Russian players on RA have been playing this game for many years now, playing 66 many years, and you put them against a bit of a fresher team like I, and yeah, that's what you get, about 100 point difference on a map like Czech.
Yeah, I think Red Alliance are definitely top 4 in the tournament. Could go very far if they play seriously. They have huge pieces where they can do a lot of things with it. And yeah, it's just I being a bit too fresh, in my opinion, as a team on 6v6, on Jaeger. And yeah, just lacking in the experience. But Red Alliance definitely will be first of their group, should be winning their first quarterfinal in the playoff and advance to the semi, which should be interesting, to be honest. But yeah, I think if I were to give a power ranking of the Group D, it would be Red Alliance. Then we have, if I'm not mistaken, Bax B, and then LSV, and then you have Tide or I, and in the mix battling for last place. So yeah, definitely a bottom tier team in the Group D, but I think they can have an interesting match against LSV, which is experienced enough to have good game, but not strong enough to have a stomp. I think I could have an interesting match.
I think I definitely has a chance here. So yes, that first half was brutal, and I think their communications definitely fell apart towards the end. Like they were getting peaked and pushed when they really shouldn't have been. Like there were so many cases the LA dropped and no one on the VS team called it out. I think if they kind of learn from that, there's a chance to at least bring the score a little closer.
Yeah, I think what you can achieve on the I part is like at least try to break the 100 points.
Yeah.
In the round, which could be doable. In the end, should be doable. So yeah, I think they can do it. Speaking of, yeah, let's have a bit of a look at the stats. There is nothing really particular, but it does show the amount of work that Navimus is putting for his team. We were speaking of they are not really new. They are not really known. The only person that we know is Navimus. Navimus is showing here that he is a known player and is only at -5, where all his team is on a double-digit minus net score. So yeah, I'm really impressed by Navimus doing quite a good job on LA, but not enough.
Especially against 2 LAs, he's definitely traded off. Like we saw a couple times where he would trade off with Phantom and then get killed by the other NCLA. But even just the fact of being able to take that 1v1 on the roof and ease a little pressure up for the rest of his team, fantastic.
Good.
So a -5 against a team like RA is definitely respectable. Like honestly, I would commend that.
Yes, indeed. And then for Red Alliance, you just have Beast.
Second round starts in 2 minutes.
There's a Scurity on a plus 15, 17. Phantom on a plus 19. Yeah, he's having a field day. DLAs.
Top frag, yeah. He's just getting... That's what I mean, though, because his drops are not being punished. They're not being called out, so he'll drop on one guy, and then he doesn't have to panic. He doesn't have to be afraid of getting shot at, because the VS teams just don't communicate where he is, so he gets away free.
I think we can, like, pretty much assume that when Phantom is dropping, he already did the kill on DLA. So that's 1 kill for him. He will be dropping on one guy. So 2 kill, and then due to miscommunication, he either escape alive or escape take a third kill and escape alive. So yeah, it could be a 2 to 3 kills every time we have a drop from Phantom. And now we are going to play. We are going to swap roles. So
1 minute.
From what we've seen on the first round, what can you expect from I and Red Alliance? Because
I think and I hope that I will stick with their 1 LA, because I think having 2 LA on Shaq is just a mistake, even against a better team or a worse team. Like it makes more sense off the opener to have more heavies. So I want to see them have more heavies, but I also want to see them use the catwalk in the same way that RA did. It was very, very strong for RA to hold that. And even if I isn't able to get building control and stuff, just getting that flank around to door 3 is so important, and not funneling into door 1. So I'm really hoping that we're going to see some good flanks from the VS, even if they're losing points.
Yeah, I'm really hopeful that they can avoid getting spawn killed, and if they were to be spawn killed, they can
10
go around quickly and think about how to break that spawn kill coming from double doors
4,
from the
3,
other powerhouse
2,
building.
1. Match start.
And there we go. Second round just started here. Do we have the double LA set up? So it seems that we do have the double LA on the side of Red Alliance. Navimus still on the single LA.
Navimus flashed, I believe. Yeah,
Oh,
and he pushes in, but he couldn't see anything. That was a good flash from the NC.
Yeah, yes, indeed. So we definitely have, like, we have a 1 LA setup for I, which is a good news.
Flank.
But yeah, unfortunately, I think that
even like 1 LA against. It's tricky because it's better to have more heavies inside, yes, but then you got to watch your flank. When your LA goes down, you need to know that, of course, the NC is going to be pushing in from behind you, which is exactly what they did, and they just completely wiped out the building.
That was a clean wipe, 6-4-0.
Yeah.
Rag being hidden in on those chimneys. Phantom just going for the bait.
Playing ring around the Rosie the chimney. Oh. Man, the chimneys.
He does go.
That's good. He gets the trade.
Yeah, which is quite surprising. And High is smartly enough, knowing that they are going to get pressured on door 1.
Promise?
He's
using a promise. Not a
is-
meta weapon by far. Time to kill is not as good as some as like the anchor or the Gauss saw, but it's a very easy to use weapon and commonly used on live for farming a lot of players because you got a big mag and decent
Yep.
amount of shots.
So let's have a look at how is Hyde doing here, trying to push into door number 1, but it's so tricky. You have the bolt watching that angle. Goes for the Desi to try and dislodge the bolter. Unfortunately, that's not enough. Nerd definitely has some good reflexes to get rid of Curiosity, but Curiosity is just so evasive. Keeps on evading bullets here.
Roudnon taking the 1v1 on Riker wins that. That's unfortunate. I mean, there's definitely like an amount of experience that comes with playing as a team that makes you a better team, but just in pure 1v1 ability, the NC are just winning their fights way more than VS's.
Yep.
I think like on an individual level, NC is just much more dominant than VS is right now.
As we had the bolt trying to go for the catwalk. Big push coming in for catwalk, I think. Yeah, pretty much a heavy assault. We'll go for catwalk. A bit telegraphed,
as much as it
but
is
that's
good to
okay.
get a flank on, you need some presence other places too. Because if you all go catwalk, then it's all the NC need to do is turn around and shoot you, right? You need to get flanks on from 2 angles.
Oh my god. Those LA
They're
Rag is
stuck.
doing so much
Yep.
damage.
That was brutal to watch. I mean, they're stuck behind the box. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah, I think like just going for catwalk just for the sake of having the catwalk is not enough. You need to have a plan. As long as when you have catwalk, what can you do with it? Just drop onto the little connector, drop on door 1, drop on door 3. You need to do something other than just having catwalk.
Just have catwalk. The idea is that when you push catwalk, you also have people pushing in door 1 at the same time, so you get that flank on, which is what the way that you win Chak. It's such a good flanking map because there's so many options to you, but it only works when you have people pushing different angles on the same time.
Yep.
Like this is a super important map for communication, making sure that you're pushing with your teammates when they're at different doors. But I think the issue that we're seeing with I is, I mean, yes, it's good that they're not feeding in 1 by 1, and I think this is an improvement for sure. But at the same time, pushing, all 6 players down 1 flank doesn't make it a flank anymore. It just makes it, a push. And the NC have you spotted the entire time. If with roof control, there's not much you can do.
Oh, Bewater, my friend, was out of medkits. Oh, Nerd going on the roof. Not allowed to go there. But yeah, will be punished by Randon anyway. So quite bad to see a team not being able to play that great in terms of timing.
20-point gap now.
Yeah, we started the round since 5 minutes, and we only had 5 kills for I. They scored 5
That's
points.
brutal. That was the first time, and I don't think I've seen this before. It was the first time I saw I inside of the building just now when they were pushing dubs.
Yeah, except for the very beginning.
Yeah, the very start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Retro stuck at door 1.
Oh
Doesn't
my
know there's 2
God.
LAs there. Bad
Yeah.
communication again.
Yeah, it's all communication on. As an LA, you have to get. Okay, you're gonna die. That's okay. You can die, and you just need to communicate on. I'm dead. Watch out for door 1. And
Especially
that's all
with
you
death
need.
cam. So recently, for people who haven't played
Yes.
PlanetSide in the last
Oh,
2
yes.
years, I'm not sure when they put them in, but there's about a 5-second window after you die where you can see where your enemy is on the map, and that's a great thing in 66. Well, great depending on who you ask, but it's a great thing for LAs because then they can call out where the enemy LA is and potentially prevent a drop on your friends.
Yeah, it's so great to give accurate description on where the other where the enemy is. Like, he's going to drop here. No, never mind. He's back behind the crates.
Water doesn't peek with Nerd, and he picks up both of them. That could have been such a better push, but they peeked one at a time.
Yeah. And now it's just Bewater, my friend, alone on catwalk. Does get Retro Gamer, and then you have Navimus coming from behind.
Interesting to see that
although-
Navimus swapped off of LA. They've completely given up the roofs at this point, and they've gone 5 heavy, 1 bolt with, still 8.5 minutes left. I don't know how that's going to play out.
I don't think Randon has been spotted. They're just going to assume that Catwalk is free. Oh, doesn't get
LA
the
is
surprise.
just oppressing the hell out of that catwalk there.
Oh yeah.
That
See,
the
they
flank
can do
there is
it. They can
nice,
do it. They are uncontested.
except when you get spotted all the time.
Yeah.
See this door 1. Oh, okay, nice bolt from the eye on Rag, who's playing very aggro door 1.
And Play here, trying to push
We got
inside.
one pushing fat already. NC is not in this building at all. They're
Oh
all
come on!
outside.
There is just one guy on door 3. You have to push
They
inside.
should just need to push this. They have
Yeah.
3 stacked up door 1, but they're waiting too long, and now NC has a flank set up. They could have gotten in that building.
Yeah.
There was nobody inside.
Yeah. As we have Navimus back on the LA.
That was a wipe from VS. They're all dead except one.
Yeah, Black Angel will soon meet his end. He
Staggered.
does.
He should have waited. His whole team got wiped, and he still tried to push
Yeah,
that flank, knowing that the NC was all up. Like, he should have waited those 5 seconds.
But VS are starting to have a bit of momentum in this round. Like they had 5 minutes to do 5 kills, and the 3 they did basically the same amount. They even did more. So yeah, they catching up to speed, but a very slow speed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, with a 140-point gap right now, there's nothing you can do to bring this back. But maybe we'll see at least one. I want to see one good push from I want them to hold the building at least for one push.
Yeah, would be great. Just on the back of 1 kill from the bolt, or one of the heavy, you just have to push sometimes. Plurality already been revived, respawned, so
Yeah,
you don't have
a bit of
advantage
waiting
anymore.
too long. Navimus flies up to the roof and loses, unfortunately, to Rag. Got a bit of ring around the rosy at door 2. And he had to back out, unfortunately, to door 1.
I feel like they are just waiting a bit too much. They lack
Yep, I
commitment. I like, and when they are trying to commit, they commit one after the other. So it's not really a full 6-man commit, and they all commit to the same.
It's 6 men, 1 at a
Yeah.
time. They'll get a pick on the NC player or 2 picks, but then by the time they push, they're already on respawn and ready to
Yeah.
shoot back. The level of aggression we're seeing from Rag is crazy. Like, they're not like some teams, they like to play inside even when they're winning. They like to play inside the powerhouse, but not the NC here. RA is pushed
I feel
completely out
like
of their building.
Some teams are afraid to get aggro and don't know how to play very aggressive here. It's just like, look at Randon, it's just on the door.
Yeah, like the LAs. I'm watching. They're stacked up on door 1, side by side. Like, that's so oppressive.
And Flay's not even
And
trying
he still
to
wins
finish
that 1v1, even
my
when he's
God.
conked. That was crazy.
Yeah. He's playing
I honestly
the
feel
black
bad
end.
for I at this point.
I think I do. I do feel bad.
They're at their bus. Are they waiting? Are they giving up?
I don't know.
Maybe they've just given up.
Strategy meeting? No,
That was interesting.
just a strategy meeting. I think sometimes you just have to refresh gear.
Take that break. Take a breath. Yeah, I know.
Just okay. 5-second break. There we go. As we have 4 LAs. So that was the
Unconventional.
reason. Navimus goes down, and Flay
unfortunately,
goes down.
The Chimneys are really strong, and
Oh
that was
my
like watching.
God.
Oh my god.
There is a 5th one,
watching-
Black Angel, coming in to help.
Oh,
But
no.
that's that push, that very push with all the LAs is one of the problem. Because you have 4 LAs. Why on earth would you push the 4 at the same place? They
It was
literally
just, and
didn't
especially
split.
when the NCLAs have the chimneys. Like if you
Yeah.
if you're in chat and you played Shaq and you've played in LA on Shaq, you know that once the enemy LA has the top of the chimney, like you're 100% spotted all the time, and you're 100% going to get shot at. And the only way to really avoid it is by sneaking up on them with Icarus jets or something. But pushing up with skirmisher jets like that when both LAs have a clear angle on you, that's a meat grinder. That's like shooting fish in a barrel, which is exactly what we're seeing here. This is hard to watch.
Yeah. 3 minutes remaining, and we will be relieved of that butchery. So does I. I think Red Alliance are having a field day, to be honest. Maybe a bit bored, but that's okay. But yeah, that's quite
Cementing their place though, at the top of their heat.
Yeah, there is
Bolt
nothing
goes
they can do.
down. The issue, it's small things too. Like there's mechanical errors that I players are making on a personal level. Like they're peeking doors way too wide. They're standing out in the open. So when they do get pushed by an RA player, they just get caught way out of position. They can't go back to cover. And especially with the ping difference here, like I know both teams are coming from different places. It's so important to be able to get behind cover quickly, because otherwise you're going to get client-sided and killed much faster than you expect.
We do have a kill onto Flares S. Flares S a bit too eager, Rickert, and Nerds goes down, unfortunately. And Flay sting a bit too much on the door for my liking, but does get the kill onto Kurauti. Which is good. Conk screen. Oh my god. That Dizzy.
Having a spotted out rag. Unfortunately, that black hand is really tough to play against.
Yeah, Black Ants, you just have that two-shot headshot potential kill.
Pocket bolts.
Yeah. Look at that.
Retro goes down
goes
to
down.
Rowdy. Rowdon goes down playing really aggressively up at the stairs. Okay, interesting weapon choice. Definitely not
The Tengu?
meta by any means. I think it's a Tengu, or yeah, that's a strange choice.
Plus, it
That goes
is
down.
a forbidden area for non-LAs.
Yeah, for infantry
go.
players. I mean, at this
Yeah.
point, a 20-point penalty or whatever the ref decides
Yeah.
to give won't mean much.
I
In fact,
wouldn't
if
give
was
any
Air-
penalty,
If I was
to be
Eretz at this
honest.
point, I would almost just say, it's whatever. They're not gonna 20 points is not gonna mean anything.
Yeah.
We'll see what the decision is, but yeah, they're not allowed on the roof of the powerhouse.
That was actually the second time. I don't know if they call it for the ref. I think they did. But yeah, we will see how things are going to go right at the
Okay, let's see
end.
how this flank goes. Water is alone on the stair. Black Angel gets spotted by the LAs, I think. Water making the smart choice, trying to shuffle away, and makes it off the stairs. That's unfortunate.
And look at the amount of pressure onto Catwalk Curati. Yeah, they're pretty much all dead. Nothing
Yep.
they could do.
I mean, I've been in this situation where you
3v2.
start using other weapons to maybe make a change. Like we're seeing Tengu. I think I heard a flare. Like these are not by any means meta weapons, but sometimes it feels like there's nothing else you can do, that you just change weapons. Maybe something else maybe it'll work better.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I've been on the receiving end on a tough game like this one. It's not funny. It's not funny. I don't even think we're gonna get any interview, because there's nothing to say, to be honest, about that game.
It just gets really tilty for the teams. I mean, what I'm hopeful for is that they don't get discouraged because of this, because yes, there's a big skill gap between RA and I think people knew that going in, but the important thing is to focus on the fact that there are teams that will be fun matches to play against. They're not all going to be fun. I too have been in this situation where you play a team and you're not having any fun. It's brutal, but there's just a matter of sometimes that's what it is, and got to give it your best anyways. Come back next time.
It is a very tough match to start against Red Alliance for I would not say new team, but a less experienced team in 6v6. I feel like if they started versus Tide, I think I versus Tide should be a good match. Tide versus LSV as well, and LSV versus I should be a good match. The rest will not be really interesting for those two teams, Tide and I. So yeah, I think they can still, they have the the big picture. They are lacking details,
which is good. I think
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing that they understand the fundamentals of 6v6 and going on flanks and stuff like that. At this point, it's just practice, like doing it over and over and over again. And yes, sometimes you got to play against better teams. Be better, I think, to play against a team that's only a little better than you, not like a crazy a lot better. But the idea is there, and I think you can train the individual skills as you play.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Navimus didn't get quite a good second round. Looking at the score on a jump from a -5 to a -20. That was rough with the double LAs. I think it's just the position on the chimney where you
Tricky to play against.
Yeah.
Just the scores in general are really tough. Like Reichert and Black Angel both getting only 9 kills in those entire half hour almost. I mean that's just brutal. Dying 46 times or 37 times respectively and only getting 9 kills. Like, yes, sometimes it's you get assists for your teammates, but it's discouraging when you're in that situation.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And I think on that note, do you have anything to add up so we can close the stream really quickly?
Nothing major for me. This pretty much went as we expected. RA just dominating, especially with the aggression, and I getting as you mentioned the big picture there, but definitely needs to practice. I think a bit more, communicating a lot better about who's being dropped on and where.
Yeah.
But I think I has a chance against some of the other new teams to 6v6, and I'd like to see how they play in the future.
Yes, definitely. I do not be discouraged by that kind of game. You're gonna have plenty of other interesting game, and I think just like I might be a less experienced team. I think it's just Red Alliance being like having 5 years in advance, being 5 years in advance compared to I in terms of competitive planet side. So it does play quite a lot. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this stream. We go back online for a third game, for the third game of the day, which will be Oath versus 1 KPM. I forgot to change the logo of 1 KPM. So yeah, definitely stay tuned to this Twitch channel because we come back in 2 hours approximately for more PlanetSide. Goodbye.